Hey, this is Abe.
And this is Alexa.
Welcome back to the Get Out and Enjoy Life podcast, or GOEL.
Today we're talking about a lemon tour we went on in Sorrento.
Yeah, so this lemon tour, it's you pay 30 euros a person, which is a little pricey, but not the worst for tours in this area. And there were a couple of times throughout the day that we could take the tour. We were kind of wanted to just kind of take the day for ourselves. So we didn't plan it in the morning, and then just because it's hot in the midday to 1 to 2 o'clock, we ended up planning it for 4 o'clock p.m. in the evening.
Yeah, and actually, we did not have this tour planned when we headed to Sorrento. We actually did not have much planned for Sorrento, but we wanted that flexibility of doing what we wanted, so we actually took a walk, I think the first or the second day, and we happened to find that there was a place that did lemon tours, so that's how we found it.
And they actually had a cooking class, which we were really interested in doing, but unfortunately we're leaving Sorrento on the day that the cooking class would be happening, and cooking class happens at night. So we settled on just doing the lemon tour. And the tour itself, we thought there was going to be a whole bunch of other people, but we ended up getting there. They had like a little whole bunch of lemon trees along the side, walking down this ramp path, and then there's a little shop off to the right hand side, and there were chairs outside of it. We went and checked in. The guy was very nice. He said, go ahead and take a seat outside. And there was also another like two rocking chairs ish that were against this like greenery backdrop that said like something like lemon or something on the background. So we waited over there for a little bit, and then this younger lady ended up coming up to us.
Yeah, and she asked us if we're ready for the tour, and we expected that a whole bunch of people would be wanting to come to this tour. But it was just the two of us, and we got a private tour of the lemon orchard, basically. And we got to kind of see the ins and outs of how they graft, which I had never even heard of before, so that they can produce the lemons. They told us all about these special certifications they have to try to get to have these lemons. I don't know if it's to sell them and say they're from Sorrento or what.
I think she said, yeah, it has a certification specific to Sorrento, like the Sorrento lemon.
And they're like really oval lemons particularly. But we got a private tour, which was really cool.
Yeah, and one of the things was she said that a lot of people came in the morning, and then towards the evening, a lot of people just didn't come as often, so it worked out there. The grafting was really fascinating, actually, because she talked about the trees, the actual tree itself, the roots in the ground and the trunk coming up. That's a wild orange tree. And then, if you guys don't know what grafting is, they then, in this case, cut off a branch up from the orange tree and then take a like little sapling or like little green smaller stick of the lemon tree, and then they basically shove it down into the bark. This is me not explaining really in detail, but they shove it down into the bark, the outer bark of that orange tree, and then wrap it up, and then it ends up usually growing. And so you have an orange tree with lemon branches coming off of it, which it's super, super fascinating.
And we actually saw a tree that was being grafted that on one side had lemons and one side had oranges.
Yeah, it's crazy that they are able to do this.
Yeah.
And the trees they're pretty old. They're like, this one tree she showed us was 50 to 60 years old, and it's still producing fruit, which, like, as long as the trees are taken care of, it sounds like they can keep producing.
And they also had other things besides lemons there. They have a restaurant there, and like Abe said, a cooking class. And so they have everything from tomatoes to olive trees, which actually the oldest tree that we were told about was 500 years old.
500 to 600 years old there.
That was an olive tree, which is amazing.
And it was still producing olives, which is amazing in itself again.
Yep. And they had some other things, peppers, hot peppers, things like that. So
all growing underneath the trees.
Yeah, everything's very fresh there. That's either, made in the restaurant or, the lemons themselves.
And then towards the end of the tour, she brought us over to the restaurant area, which looked like it was closed at the time, and sat us down at a table, and we got to try some of the lemon liqueur.
Limoncello. So we tried like a regular limoncello, and then we tried one that looked cloudy, and so it basically has milk and sugar, I think, or cream in it. I really enjoyed that one. And
then she brought out some marmalades, an orange and a yellow marmalade, lemon marmalade
and orange marmalade.
Yeah, and orange marmalade.
And then she told us to put it over this. I think it was like a type of provolone cheese. Yeah. I don't remember exactly, but you'd put like honey on it, and then you put the marmalade on it, and you eat the cheese, and it was so good.
Yeah, it was amazing. Just because I like facts, try to sprinkle some of them in to this podcast. But with the lemons, she talked about the lemons she can harvest them about 3 times a year. Or 2 to 3 times a year, so it's taking anywhere from like 4 to 6 months for a lemon to grow until it can be picked and sold, which it's a long time, really.
Yeah, it is a long time.
So, so that we finished the lemon tour. We actually, like I said, did that later on in the day, but earlier on in the day, we ended up taking a little walk up the basically side of the,
a different part of Sorrento that we haven't been to yet.
Mm-hmm.
We've kind of walked a bit around, and we decided to go kind of up towards the hill/mountain area. And we were able to see some other hotels that were a little bit farther from like the train station and things like that. Where we're situated is a very busy touristy area, but it also has the really local hotels. So you're not seeing any like American chains. You're seeing like somebody owns this one building or this one bed and breakfast. Actually, I've seen quite a few bed and breakfasts, that are run by people who live here.
And they don't look like really anything from the street view, because it just looks like they're usually solid wood doors there. And then you get through this door, and there's a whole courtyard on the inside, and then you go upstairs to your room. But we ended up hiking or walking up to the Marriott and
Hilton.
Oh, the Hilton, excuse me,
Palace.
The Hilton Palace.
And it's definitely, when you're here in Sorrento or like on the Amalfi Coast, it's very expensive at this time to be here. This is like high peak tourist season.
This is in August. Yeah.
I think July and August are the peak seasons. So we passed by there, and it's just a different experience, being next to like something that's more of a chain type hotel.
An American chain too.
Yeah, I mean, it looks beautiful. It looks like an American hotel for sure. But we kind of talked about how you miss some of the like Italian charm, I guess, of kind of these smaller, unique places.
And, that's maybe our bias talking as well, just because like we decided not to go with any of those larger hotels because they were much more expensive. They're almost like, I think 2 to 3 times more expensive. So, but it's just something that we observed. They were gorgeous on the inside, just from us looking in. We didn't go in, actually. But then it looked like they had great service. The cars and taxis were there.
It's like very grand compared to some of the places that are near us. And then also like they have pools and things like that, which we don't have. Like our only option is to go to the beach.
Right. And you have to actually pay to go to the beach.
Yes.
Which we ended up finding out. The beaches that are right in Sorrento, like if we were not to take a bus over to other towns.
Right. They have beach clubs here. you have to pay for the chair. So us individually has to like pay for each chair. And then you have to pay for an umbrella. Like if you want towel service, you pay for that. And so, yeah, you basically have to pay to get into these beach clubs and get in the water, basically.
Right. And one of the things that we found out, because we just went out to go scope out these beach clubs, was that there's actually an area just for the locals, which
is great.
It's amazing, really. They should have their own area.
I thought they should have a bigger area.
Yeah, it's not really
very big.
No. They at least have a sandy beach, because not all the beach clubs over here have that.
Yeah, so, some are just like raised up
like
off
docks,
the water,
basically.
almost a dock, and you can take stairs down into the water at multiple points. Now, there are shallow ends at all of these beach clubs. But, the sand is kind of a nice touch because that's what you expect at a beach.
Yeah.
But we're thinking about going to one tomorrow, and we're not sure, is it going to be the sand beach or not? We're thinking probably not. And, yeah, it should be interesting.
Yeah, so that was part of it. And then, we both tried to decide what we thought of as a relaxing day. I like to get out still and do some walking. Alexa, I
like to do less walking. I think since Rome, we have been doing tons of walking per day. It's kind of slowed down in Sorrento because it's not as big and there aren't as many, major sites to see.
But we went from basically doing like 10 to 13 miles.
Yeah, 13.
To, on the high days, to 6 to 8 miles in Sorrento.
Which still is not bad.
No, it's not bad.
Yeah, I like more like kind of having like a leisure type day where we maybe go see the shops, maybe hang out at our bed and breakfast, and just really take it easy.
One of the things also was that we've been eating a lot of pasta and pizza
carbs.
And all, those heavy carbs, which they're amazing. But
honestly, we haven't been eating every single meal.
We haven't,
either.
No. But I usually drink a smoothie every single morning or every other day, with like spinach, a handful of spinach and some type of like orange juice or coconut water, and some frozen fruit of some sort. And I've really missed that. Fortunately, Sorrento actually has a couple of smoothie shop options.
Yeah. They've been very good.
Yeah, they've been great.
Yeah.
So I've been able to kind of get back into that a little bit.
Yeah.
And so I think, we're toying with the options of going to Capri, which we've kind of read, again, some negatives about the area, but it's really beautiful. Just the negatives that it can be really pricey.
And that a lot of people can be going there.
Right.
And, it's known for like celebrities being there and famous people and being beautiful, but yeah, the price thing.
With us trying to do a long,
very long trip.
So we're toying with the idea of going to Capri and then also doing the beach clubs.
Yes.
So if we don't do the beach clubs here, we'll definitely do them in Positano, which will be our next stop.
Yeah.
But thank you for joining us again today. It's been great having you here with us.
And make sure, get outside. We encourage you to go enjoy your life, whether that's going to a park or walking around your neighborhood or traveling, whatever that is for you. We encourage that you do it, and we'll talk to you next time.
Thanks for joining us again on Get Out and Enjoy Life, or GOEL, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.